DraftKings Sportsbook is officially live in Ohio. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DEFEND to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on anything. That's code DEFEND, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over and physically present in Ohio. Valid one offer per first-time depositors who have not already redeemed $200 in free bets via pre-launch offer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as bonus bets. Eligibility restrictions apply. See dnkg.co/OH for terms.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of Hashtag Saints for podcast recording after a Saints win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Number one team, number one seed in the NFC. And the Saints go to Philly and win convincingly. Dennis Allen has won 3 games in a row in his head coaching career. First 3 games in a row in his coaching career. He likely, undoubtedly, will be back as the head coach of the Saints next season. And I think I want to say this. I'm not going to start with the negative. I'm not going to start with the negative or the pessimism. It's a good ass team win, man.
Yeah, straight up.
Good ass team fucking win. The first half, and I know I saw that KT, Captain Terrell of ESPN, said the same, but that first half that the Saints played, minus the Andy Dalton interception, to close out the half as the time was going down, was the best half that the team has played this season. The first drive, so Eagles deferred. I know you were driving back. Eagles deferred. The first drive that they had offensively was Pete Carmichael's best drive that he's called all season. 15 plays, 15-play drive, took about 8 minutes off the clock.
Ooh.
Just perfection. I don't care that Gardner Minshew was a starting quarterback, because Gardner Minshew put up 30+ points against the Cowboys last week. So, and I'm not going to say if Jalen Hurts would have played that the Saints would have won, but shit, man, teams get injured.
Right, exactly.
Teams get fucking injured, and you just got to fucking play.
We playing with Andy Dalton.
Come on, bro. Come on. So, and if you take away, and you can't take it away because it was a play that was made and it happened, but if Adebo doesn't, I still don't know what he was doing on that play.
I rewatched it again. I still don't understand what.
But if you potentially take that play away, bruh, but you can't. But that play aside, the Saints defense pretty much held the Eagles offense in check, and without that touchdown, it could have been a 20-3 victory, bro. Like, it was a dominant win against the Eagles. I want to stay with the positives to start, because as much as we've criticized the team and the coaching, and we don't you worry, we're gonna get into it. But as much as we've criticized them throughout this season, when it's been well deserved, for them to win this game in Philly is as impressive as it gets in DA's entire head coaching career. Now, if you want to talk about I tweeted a pic from Instagram that the Saints Instagram put up, bro. That shit blew up, bro. With DA and Traquan walking to the locker room, bro. It's like we just got eliminated from the playoffs today. Like these niggas walking in here, like we done clinched the NFC Championship or something.
It's been a rough season, bro.
I get it. I get it. But that picture was just comedy, bro. Just comedy. But what were your thoughts on the Saints winning today against the Eagles?
Oh man, overall, I rewatched some of the first half that I missed. It's like what we've been begging for, man. Mix it up, give us some Taysom, give us some Alvin Kamara, got Jawan Johnson involved. I mean, again, man, you got to see, like outside of that stupid drop he had late in the game, man, he was outstanding. Like what a development he has become, Jawan Johnson. He's he's a stud tight end right now, bro. I'm not saying he's like one of the best tight ends in the league, but like statistically, he's like, like 5 or 6 in yards. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a good starting pass catching tight end, and the Saints need to do whatever they got to do to keep him, to keep him long term because they don't have much behind him. Love the way they use Taysom. Oh, I mean, the end of the game, bro, closing out, bro, just beautiful, bro. Just pounding Taysom, and running that clock out, getting them hard yards, bro. I loved it, man. That was beautiful. It's like, Pete, this is what we've been asking for, man. Like, use the personnel to its strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, there's not a lot of things this offense can do great, but it does have some weapons and some things that it could do to be successful, which is, using Taysom Hill in different ways. Taysom Hill threw passes today. He ran the ball today, and he caught a pass today. Like, use that weapon, Alvin Kamara caught a couple passes. He ran the ball hard. Dalton was, efficient. Look, he took a lot of dump sacks today. But other than that, sometimes taking a sack is okay. Rather than forcing the ball into a location and having a turnover. So sometimes just taking a sack, if the coverage is there, yeah, would I like you to throw the ball away or maybe create something? But look, this is Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is not creating anything, he's not a second reaction guy. If it's there, it's not, it's over. You know what I'm saying? And he did a good job. I mean, 18 to 22, you know what I'm saying? And 204 yards. I mean, that's Andy Dalton, bro. Like, you getting that out to Andy Dalton, that's pretty damn good. But other than that, man, like, just overall, when you look at it, I mean, they're on a 3-game win streak. Yes, they're eliminated from the playoffs. Thank goodness.
Oh, God is good all the time, bro.
Thank goodness. But, it's a good, positive way to kind of wind down the season. You got Cam Jordan breaking the Ricky Jackson sack record. Just positive vibes, bro. You're not where you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the team had high aspirations this year, but you're closing on positive vibes. Say what you want about Dennis Allen, man, but I said last week, to his credit, he has been steady. He is who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not coming in and changing up, because one of the worst things you could do is try to be fake and come in as a drill sergeant one week, and then the next week you lay back, and then the next week. He's just been him, you know what I'm saying? And whether that's good or bad, who knows? But at least he's been consistent in who he is. And I think players, to their credit, have been professional, and they want to, like, you go look at DeMario Davis staying up Minshew when they tried to convert that 4th and 1 late in the game, and he just put his arms in there and just fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a team that, not really doing nothing, and they fighting like that. You know what I'm saying? To see them finally go for it early in the game on 4th and 2, with Taysom Hill. It's like,
right,
bruh, it's like, hopefully they take a look at that and learn from that. Like, man, this is what we've been screaming for all year, man. So it was one of them games where you just got to come away, check that off their belt. They, Philadelphia Eagles, they've been a thorn in our existence for the last couple of years. And look, it was looking a little dicey in the second half, bro. But they came out running them RPOs, and Saints defense really didn't have much of an answer. But luckily, they were able to
the return, bro. The return, bro. We gotta talk about 2-3. I don't even remember how many games he's missed. 10, 11.
Since October 9th.
I had lost count, man. I had lost count how many games he missed. And he makes such a huge difference for the defense, man. Because he possesses a skill that no one in the secondary possesses. Like he's good, man. He's a great player. He's an elite cornerback, and you saw why he was very much heavily missed in his absence. And just the I don't know, man, just the film study for him to just be able to, realize that, okay, they went at me with this slant route early in the game, and then in the first half, and then be able to, or maybe it wasn't even in the second half, and then to be able to take that, think about it and say, okay, if he makes this drop and he's in the receivers playing this way and they trying to get inside and break it inside, boom, I'm
going for it.
Because if you miss there,
you just gotta hope your safety got your back. Was Daniel Sorensen? Which look, man, we've been clouded on Daniel Sorensen, but he's played solid 2 straight weeks, bro. Like as much as we clouded him, he's been solid. You know what I'm saying?
Fine, bro. He's been fine. Daniel Sorensen's been fine, man.
I was really worried about him this game. I was like, man, Sorensen against this offense that likes to do it. Oh man, I thought he was gonna get abused.
He held his own, man, but a lot of that, at least early in the game, it tapered off in the second half. But the pass rush by Cam Jordan, we've had some podcasts where there's been a matchup and it's been a backup right tackle, and Cam Jordan hadn't had good games. Today wasn't that day, bro. Cam Jordan brought it against the backup right tackle for the Eagles, who was taking the place of Lane Johnson. Ended up with 3 sacks. Like you said, he passed. He eclipsed Ricky Jackson's sack record. Cam Jordan's a Hall of Famer, bro. Like he not gonna be first ballot, but the man is a Hall of Famer. That you go back and you just go read off the draft class of 2011, bro.
Oh man.
J.J. Watt, Cam Jordan, Hayward, bro, Von Miller. Like
it's ridiculous.
Is that the Cam Newton draft too? Or am I tripping?
That's the Cam Newton draft.
Yeah, it's Cam Newton draft. Yeah, it was just an insane draft class. I thought Big Creep has been really good these last couple of games. Ellis 5-5 making plays. I tweeted, bro. I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy Ellis the rest of the season while I can, man. man might not be back next year, bro.
I mean, his instincts as a pass rusher is outstanding, though, man.
It's good, yeah.
His instincts and his just the hand usage, everything he does, man. It's like, wow, this dude is a legit pass rusher, even though he's not like your typical pass rusher.
It's like he is, and this is gonna sound like a weird kind of comparison or a unicorn kind of comparison, but it's like he's a player where you took what Trey Hendrickson did well and you take what Pete Warner did well and you kind of just combine it into one player. I'm not saying he's as good as those players, but like he kind of does a little bit of both of what they do really well, but like in one player. And he might not even be on the team next year, which is insane. But Caden Ellis had a great game. But I do want to talk about some things though. we talking about the players who made good plays and things like that. I'm not going to get on Peyton Turner too much. I think this is his first game being back after the injury. He didn't get many snaps at all, but they abso-fucking-lutely cannot bring back 2 firsts, bro. They can't do it, bro.
Did he play?
Yes. Thank you for proving my point. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He did. And he did not make. He's man. Sherm was in the pod, just upset, bro. Just upset. just how are you that big and you can't do nothing.
2 firsts is out here, bro.
He gotta be, man. He gotta be.
But like we'll get to it this offseason, but man, defensive line, you got 2 firsts, he probably gone. Peyton Turner, he's been underwhelming. Cam Jordan in his latter of his career got a lot of decisions to make with his contract. Onyemata, a free agent. Ellis, a free agent. Grandison, Big Creep, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of contract Creep got, man. He just on the roster. Shit.
I think I might be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I think they may have signed him to like a little 2-year extension when he was
something like that. Yeah,
it was either 1 or 2. I don't remember if it was. But yeah, like you said, some. It's just I don't know, man. But I do think even with the Saints winning today and DA, getting his 3rd win in a row, like there are just some things where it's like. But this is why I can't trust you as the head coach, though.
Right.
Like Ross Jackson, with Lattimore being active, he had put a question up before the game of like, who are they going to start outside Lattimore? If it's going to be Alante, if it's going to be Paulson Adebo, and I quote tweeted and I said, "Bro, man, we already know the answer to this question. Like we already know what the answer is because." This coaching staff, in terms of like making decisions, like personnel wise, I think I can say to some certainty has kind of consistently shown that like whatever the quote unquote right thing to do is, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
You're right, man.
When that fucking Paulson Adebo, AJ Brown touchdown happened, I was like, I don't know if Alante was in the game if that wouldn't have happened. But he just matches up better body-wise with AJ Brown than someone like Paulson Adebo does.
Right.
So that to me is just like a concern. I saw multiple times in this game where it's a 3rd and 3 or it's just 3rd and short, and AK is not on the field. Like you can say that multiple times. Now you can say that's a Pete Carmichael thing, but Dennis Allen's the head coach of the fucking team. Like if you see that's the formation or that's what's going in the game, you say, hey, no, bro, I got to get my best player out on the field. Like we're not doing this. We're not doing this, and you change it. Just the decision making like that is things where I'm like, I don't trust it going forward. I'm not, and that's not to say that it can't work because I think it can, but to me, for this to work next season, and we got a lot of shit to talk about leading up to next season, but in my opinion, for this to work next season, you have to first get an offensive coordinator. It's like you tweeted, bro. You got to get your Greg Williams of the offense. Yeah. Like where I don't know who it's going to be. People ask me who you. I don't know. I don't go into coaching like that. Not a question for me to answer. But you got to find a guy who is hopefully innovative, maybe young, something where you just don't have to worry about the offense, and Dennis Allen can just strictly focus on defense, which is dumb because he's the head coach and he needs to be focused on all three things, but it kind of shows that he can't. And you do that, I'm okay. If you got to bring Andy back, I'm fine with that. And you go out and you, whether it's the draft or free agency or something, but you got to get someone young in, talented wise, that can either push Andy Dalton to start or at least you feel has a chance or opportunity that can be a semi-decent starter in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what you got to do, man. And but something has to change. It can't be just the same old.
Mm-mm.
DraftKings Sportsbook is officially live in Ohio. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DEFEND to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on anything. That's code DEFEND, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over and physically present in Ohio. Valid one offer per first-time depositors who have not already redeemed $200 in free bets via pre-launch offer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as bonus bets. Eligibility restrictions apply. See dnkg.co/OH for terms.
Can't do it, bro. Can't do it. And look, man, like, on a positive note, man, like on a positive tip, there are ways, like this team has some talent on it that, a lot of people predict all the Saints just, go into a tank mode after this. There are ways that this team can turn around pretty quickly and be, I'm not going to say a Super Bowl team, but a team that's in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, say the Minnesota Vikings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a team like that that's in the mix, that's, in the top couple of seeds, competing every week. There's a way this team can do that with Dennis Allen at the helm. But like I said, man, they need someone on offense. Look, Sean Payton, bro, he did the whole cronyism thing where he had his boy Gibbs coaching defense for the first couple of years with the Saints. Wasn't working. Part of that was personnel, but a lot of it was coaching. Shit was stale. He went and got Greg Williams, talked to him coming back. Took part of his salary. Sean Payton get part of, a quarter $250,000 of his salary towards Greg Williams, so they can get Greg Williams. That's how committed Sean Payton was to fixing that shit. You know what I'm saying? And gave Greg Williams free reign of the defense, man. Which wound up costing him a couple of years later, but still got a Super Bowl out there, motherfucker. You heard me? Like,
yeah, that's all that matters. All that matters.
So it's like I want to see that type of commitment from DA, where he's like, "Look, I'm going to take care of this defense, but we need to fix our offense because it's a shame that offensively we have to struggle to score 20 points. They didn't do it today. That was Lattimore. Luckily, Lattimore with the pick six to bring us 20 points because we were sitting at 13 for the longest, 13 points, just waiting for the Eagles to come back.
Right, it was, bro, that pick six don't happen. We knew how that story was going to end.
Bro, knew it, bro. And that you just can't do that, man. Like, so I want somebody to come in there and really reinvigorate this offense, just like, Greg Williams did with the defense in 2009, just like Dennis Allen did, in 16, 17, once we started bringing in some players and, he started turning his defense around. So in that respect, I think DA, if they keep him, which is most likely, I think, that's their window, that's their, path to being relevant in the NFL, man. And he also has to learn. Look, coaches can't get better. You can look at Zach Taylor with the Bengals. Garbage. He was garbage for years. I still don't think he's really that good.
He's improved, though.
But he has improved. Like, I posted a video a while back where they used La'el Collins out wide as a tackle. They started doing that. They were getting a lot of sacks on Joe Burrow early in the year. Then they made a change, and they just moved La'el Collins out of right tackle, out wide, just a little more, and it alleviated the problem. You know what I'm saying? They just schemed it up a little bit, just made some changes, adjusted to the personnel, did what works for them, did what works for their quarterback, and he's been, one of the least sacked quarterbacks since. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that as respect to like Zach Taylor, he was known for not fixing the offensive line, going years and just banging their head against the wall, and he's starting to get it. So that's what I want to see with D. I want to see him learn. A lot's been talked about how he approached this offseason, just kind of, we're already here, we already know who we are. You can't approach the offseason like that, bro. Like, you're a new coach, you need to come in this thing and get players ready, like early. You know what I'm saying? It took too long for this team to get prepared. They were missing tackles early in the season. Penalties were ridiculous.
Man.
There's so many, like, you could just look at it and look like a poor coach team. You could just look at it easily. So I think hopefully if he does things, he learns from these things and can make those changes while still being him. You don't have to be a drill sergeant or, some crazy coach to do that. You just have to have your thing, be consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Sean Payton. Sean Payton was consistent with what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was going to, he had his days where he worked the hell out the players in training camp. He had his days where he lay off of them a little bit. But you just got to be smart and know how to figure that out. And, DA, he's going to have to learn how to do that. And he's going to have to take notes and not just, let's continue doing what we're doing, as he likes to say.
Can I just talk about something that's on my radar a little bit about the team that came to fruition today? So at one point in this game, pretty early in the game, the only starting offensive lineman for the Saints, well, take that back, it was two. But the two starting offensive linemen was James Hurst and Eric McCoy. That's it. Left guard out. Josh Andrews. Quietly, Josh Andrews has had a low-key good season when he, center guard or whatever. He's been a good utility offensive lineman. Very kind of like Senio Calamente kind of in his prime. Why you say that man name like he Hispanic, bro? He a Wyatt.
I just love it, bro. Love
it. But you had Josh Andrews at left guard. Right guard, you had Throckmorton, who had not a great game. And then right tackle, you had Landon Young, who got obliterated by Brandon Graham most of the game.
Was Ramchick out?
Yeah, he played. He got hurt, I believe it was in the first quarter with a hip injury.
Jeez.
So then you had Landon Young comes in at right tackle, and it's just a little bit on my radar, just a little bit. And I'm not saying this means anything long term. I'm not saying that this is an indictment of him as a player, but you invest the first round pick that essentially is going to the Eagles. That's going to be maybe top 13, top 14-ish, depends on what happened next week. Because right now it's top 10. On a left tackle in Trevor Penning, and he can't get in the game when your entire offensive line is in shambles. And then I'm here watching Sunday Night Football, and Kenny Pickett out here just leading his team for comeback quarterback. Bro, the throw he threw to Najee, the play,
that was beautiful.
The play he made out of structure with it's so funny watching Kenny Pickett, who, if he had played this game against the Eagles, some of the sacks that Andy got today, bro, they wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And I'm just watching. I'm just like, the entire trajectory of this team looks different if they had drafted Kenny Pickett instead of fucking Trevor Penning, bro. It looks like yeah, we got DA, but we got a quarter. You don't got to think about we got to get a quarterback in place, because I know that's the Pittsburgh thinking. He might not be Joe Burrow, but he could be top 15, top 16, and you have a strong defense, and he just got to be a distributor. You can win with that.
And the key thing is he's improving. That's all you want to see is from your young quarterback. You look at his first couple of weeks, he was awful. He was
bad.
I was like, man, I got to reevaluate when I was looking at it. Damn. But, as you play along, you see the dude learns and he gets better. And, it would have been nice to see that happen, with our team, to see the Saints draft for young. Because if we would have had Kenny Pickett in there, all the Super Bowl talk, out the window. We would have been, it would have been a team that's trying to build something, and it would have been about, building for the future. Whereas now, it's like in the Terminator, bro, in the Terminator 2, with that Black Highway, you don't know that end of the road. That's just how we are, man. Like, we don't know where this thing is. No idea. Like, we have no idea where this thing is heading, bro.
None. No clue. no clue, bro. No clue at all.
Like, they could blow it up this summer. They could retool and try to, do it again. I mean, no clue.
What, I mean, there'll be plenty of talk for this. What would you like to see them do? Just give me one thing. It don't have to be multiple moves. I'm sorry for my listeners for you to hear the annoying ass dogs I have in my apartment complex. But what's one move you would like to see them do? Just one.
Man,
it could be free agency. It could just be bringing a player back. It could be training for somebody. Just one move.
I really want them to find a way to keep Michael Thomas. I just want them to find a way. Like, I don't know which way that'll be. I don't know if that depends on the quarterback they bring in, what kind of restructure they have to do with the contracts. Because I just feel like we can get rid of them and go draft another quarterback, wide receiver or something. But I just think, man, if you had Michael Thomas, even this season, if you had him throughout the season, I think he might give you a win or two. Just him being back, a win or two.
Absolutely.
That's just how good he could be, with the caveat if he's healthy, which is
huge caveat, bro.
That's the main huge caveat. But I'm willing to take a chance on it. One more year, I'm willing to take a chance on it to see if he can come back. Other than that, man, bro, I just don't know. Like, I was looking at a list of the quarterbacks that's going to be out. This is a long list, bro.
Long list.
Like, they will have a choice in a lot of quarterbacks. But, man, it's mid as fuck, dog. That list is mid, bro.
Mid, man. It's like Jimmy G, Gino,
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, bro.
Derek Carr is the shining, number one go-getter of that group, and it's like, shit, Derek Carr.
Here's the thing I'll say about Derek Carr. To me, if you going to get Derek Carr, who's likely to be either traded or released, or maybe traded then released, his contract, if he's released, I don't know how that works in terms of offset language, in terms of the money he gets paid from Las Vegas, or how any of that works. But if you're signing him to a contract, I do think that you have to sign him to a contract, not the same type of contract that Jameis has signed with the Saints, but structured similarly, where you're not tying yourself to him long term.
Right. Yeah, it's risky, bro.
I wouldn't hate it though. I wouldn't hate it.
Man, Derek Carr scares me. Like, he scares me more than like a Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh wait, because you kind of know with Derek Carr. It's funny because we were talking about this with the whole Trey Lance thing, and it's not because like Trey Lance is like quote unquote exotic because he's unknown,
right?
Derek Carr is just like which Derek Carr you get in that season, right? Like it's more,
and it's like some of the things I don't like that bug me in quarterbacking, he does. Like it's like I like aggressive quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? I just like that. And he's not always like this. Most of his career, he's been kind of tentative.
Yes.
But, I mean, when he was with Gruden, man, he took a step forward. I was like, man, Carr is playing. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about Derek Carr. I think he'd go somewhere else besides the Saints. But I wouldn't be mad if the Saints got him, bro, because I think he would be an upgrade over like Andy Dalton. But this is. But I think every quarterback that's going to be out there will scare me in some type of way.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why I'm just like, look, man, build the team, like build enough infrastructure team as you can. That way, whatever quarterback come in, like he can just hit the ground running and just be a point guard. You know what I'm saying, and just ride the wave.
yeah. I mean, I've said it before on the podcast, and I'll say it again. Is I really think a team like the Broncos they kind of made set the mold for I think how you kind of build your team and just drafting good players, and you just try to, and then once the opportunity comes available, you go get the guy. Now, to be absolutely fair, they looks like they have completely bungled the decision of getting who the guy is. It's a huge thing. You can't bungle that. but I feel like if you do that, you kind of put yourself in the right position. For me, I think it's simple. The one thing I would want to see them to do, bruh, is re-sign 55. Can you show me as an organization that you're not going to let for what the third, fourth, I don't lost how many times they don't let homegrown talent just out the door, bruh. Like Marcus Williams, Von Bell, Trey Hendrickson. That's just like recent ones off the top of my head. Carl Nix when he left, Mark Ingram when he went to the Ravens.
And let's not even talk about trades.
Just say can we just for once you draft a player,
develop
them to be good players, bro. like good to great players.
Isn't this supposed to work, right?
That's the one thing you can say whatever you want to say about Mike Brown, bro. Whatever you want to say about him. If he draft you and you a good player for the Bengals, bro, you almost a Bengal for life, bro.
You gonna get that contract early too. Soon as you're ready. Oh, you ready? All right, we got something for you, baby.
I get it because that's not how Mickey operates. It's just not what he does, and it's not.
He waits till the 11th hour.
It's about 10 minutes before free agency about to start, and he okay, I guess I'll get started.
Never understood that. That's the only thing that's bugged me with his tenure is how they approach it. It's how they approach contracts. Like we never the guys that sign players really early. If they've shown something and stuff like that. I've never understood that.
I think the last time they signed a player early to a decent deal was the Tehran deal.
Tehran, that was it.
That was it, bro.
That was it.
Well, it's oh shit, what? You did what?
And maybe Cam Jordan because they've patched his contract up quite a bit, gave him raises when they kind of really didn't have to, but just kind of kept him part of the team because Cam he's just one of them Saints lifers. He's like, man, I won't be with the Saints. I'm good. Pay me respectable. I'm good.
It just so for me just show me that you've learned from sins of the past, bro.
Right.
If you let 5-5 go and he go off to a team, I don't know, bro. I'm just not trying to think of a team that needs a player like him. Perfect example, bro. I don't know if he's gonna be with the Falcons after the season, but Terry Fontenot, bro, he might be oh, okay. We need some help on defense. Our defense is ass.
I mean, shit. I don't know if Anzalone still starts for the Lions, but he take Anzalone's job.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just can you just show us that you have learned from your sins of the past to be able to just keep a homegrown talent? There's no I don't care. You have a defensive head coach. Having too many good players defensively should not be an issue. Figure it out, please. Just figure it out. But that's the thing for me. Anything else about this game, man? It's just it was a good win.
Really
It was a
good
great win. Also want to make up this hit on this point, and I meant to say at the beginning, but I didn't. Just going to show how amazing this community is. Our dude Daniel from the UK in London, he's been in New York City for about a week or so with the family for the New Year's on little holiday. Man, I need to become a European, man. They get holiday time all the time,
man.
And you know, he said him and Joey set it up where, you know, Joey drives 2.5 hours away. They watch the Saints game together in a bar. And like that is wild.
That's wild, bro.
That is wild that, you know, we've been able to build a community to the point where someone like, could you just imagine telling that to like just even like one of your boys like a couple of years ago, like, yeah, man, I'm about to go drive 2.5 hours to go meet this dude I've never met,
right?
just because that's my dog. What?
What is this for? I'm like, what?
What? And it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
It was.
And it's a great way to start the new year. I think that's a great sign for the upcoming year for our community of the hashtag Saints for the podcast. Shout out to everyone who was in the Zoom today. Next Sunday, it's gonna be the final Zoom. You know, we might do something for the playoffs, but you know, that's gonna be the final Saints game Zoom.
Yep.
Of the season, and just very thankful for everything that, you know, we've done, we've been able to accomplish in relatively you know, a short period of time. And we thank y'all. We truly thank y'all, because it's great, man. It's great. Like that blew my mind. It didn't blow my mind, but it was just like,
it's crazy.
That's dope, man. Like that's dope as hell.
I wanted to mention, got 2 Panthers tickets for the Saints game, Saints at Panthers this coming Sunday. So we're going to put them out there. You know what to do. Email us if you're a Patreon to see if you want to get them. I know that won't be the highest ticket in town. But look, if you want to go enjoy a Saints game and enjoy the experience in the Dome, I've sat at those seats. They're really solid seats. It's in the 600 section, but you're about close to the 50-yard line. So man, it's like you're looking at all 22 up there, man. You good. So, you know, if you're interested, email us, saintstwitterpod@gmail.com if you're interested. And we're going to do a raffle later this week and see who gets it. We'll tweet it out too.
Yeah, we'll put it out there. We'll tweet it out. Also for our Patreon people, Madden, we had like 3 Madden leagues going, and Madden, the servers fucked up or some shit, and all the leagues got fucking deleted and corrupted. What? Yeah, bro, don't even get me started. So we're starting them all over. So if you're a Patreon, if you want to join a Madden leagues, we have 2 going. We have one that has like realistic NFL like rosters, like you would, you know, like you see on Sunday, and then we have another one where it's just a fantasy draft. So if you have Madden and a PS5 and you're a Patreon, hit us up. So if you want to be a part of the league, also looks like, just going by, it'll be confirmed after next Sunday, but just throwing this out there for just kind of seeing what the vibe's like, but just going off the schedule next year, that's going to be home games. Looks like the Lions, this is just me thinking, Lions, Bears, Titans, and Jags as home games seem like they would all be fun. Obviously, the schedule isn't announced. I'm just thinking of a good time in terms of games. I'm also trying to be mindful of, like, I know that I believe the Saints potentially might play the Cowboys next year in the Dome. I'm not putting myself through that. I'm not putting our listeners and our Patreon people wallets do that either. Like, not doing it, bro. I just want to, so when we're picking this game for next year's meetup, it's a game that, one, we want to make sure it's fun and enjoyable. Two, we want to make sure that it's probably later in October, just like we did this one. So the weather's not too bad. There's still kind of some hope in the season of this might go good, this might not go good. And also just a time where, hopefully all of us truly can come together this year in 2023. I know that I think we were at close to about 30-ish people, maybe a little less for the first one, but I know a couple of people weren't able to make it, so we're gonna try to bump up that number for next year. At least if you're listening, don't know what we're gonna do about that backyard, but we gonna figure it out. But truly, as the season winds down, thank y'all tremendously for supporting us throughout this entire season. It's been a long, draining season. I'm actually kind of glad that it's almost over. Yes. Just the football aspect of it, not everything else. The football aspect of it, I could deal without. But truly, thank y'all.
Thank you.
So with that, we are gonna get out of here. We will be doing the Panthers preview on Wednesday. It'll be up on Thursday, and then the final Saints game Zoom of the year will be happening on Sunday. So if you're Patreon, please be there. We love to have you there. If you're not, if you want to be, you can become a Patreon last game of the year, join the party, and just have fun and enjoy it, man. But truly, thank y'all. We'll see if DA can match the same number of wins that Sean Payton had last season, bro. Like he walking into Mickey office. He don't let him win next week, bro.
Oh, he feeling himself now.
Don't let him win next week. With that, we're gonna get out of here. We out.
Peace.